a month or something ago, I went over and binged all of Attack on Titan in a very, very, very small window. And then the next anime that I just happened to decide to tackle had to have been Hunter x Hunter. Ooh, hit the intro. Hunter x Hunter. Boy, my name is Josue. I'm with my boy, Simon. I just watched all of Hunter x Hunter, and I have a lot to say about it. I need to talk about it. I have opinions. I have thoughts. I have everything. And
this man went through a lot. Like, you guys remember Attack on Titan? This man went through the same emotions as Hunter x Hunter. This man was texting me like, "Yo, what? Hold on, huh?"
Oh, okay. Like, bro, this anime was honestly, I had a much better time with Hunter x Hunter than I did with Attack on Titan. 100%.
Okay, I'm going home. Okay, well.
No, you're not, because you know that's a valid opinion. You know that's a valid opinion.
Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.
Thank God he's he. Go back to the topic of Hunter x Hunter, where we follow a boy named Gon. But guess what? We don't really follow him. Like we do.
This is your main gripe of the whole show.
No.
He's the main character.
Like, I saw a meme, right? That it was like shows, animes should really focus on their side characters a lot more often instead of always following their main protagonist. And the first response to that was, "Oh, you never watch Hunter x Hunter."
Oh, you just never seen Hunter x Hunter, huh?
And bro, how many episodes are there where we don't see Gon at all? At all.
I want to say maybe 40% of the
show. Big chunk. That's a big chunk.
There's a lot of not even like one or so episodes. There's sequences of episodes where you don't see Gon for a minute.
He's gone. Gon is gone. Anyways, so here's my thing, right? And all these gripes that I have does not take away from the fact that I loved this show, and I don't want anyone to think that, right? So when the anime first starts, right, we follow a little boy named Gon, who's 13, 12 years old. I forgot the exact age, and we see him get on this journey with Kurapika and Leorio, who, in my opinion, are some of my favorite characters in all of anime. I love these characters, right? And in the first episode, that's what I see, is these three characters. These three. Yeah. But then the ending starts. And it's the three of them, plus a little boy with white hair. I'm like, who the hell is this kid? Like, he's not in the first three episodes. Killua is introduced in the fourth episode. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's a little late, but whatever. Then he joins the main cast, except he's not really in the main cast OD in the first arc, the Hunter exam arc. He's in he's there, don't get me wrong, it's the four of them, but like it's really Gon and Leorio and Kurapika with some seasoning of Killua.
Yeah.
But then we see their friendship start, and I'm like, oh, I mess with this. I really like the two of them together. They really make a good pair. And then
Gon and Killua?
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. One of the best pairs. You can't even fight me on this. One of the best pairs ever in anime.
Uh-huh.
Then we are introduced to Hisoka, one of the best. I don't even know what the hell he is.
He's questionable in nature is what he is.
Honestly, I can call him a villain, but I can also call him not, right? Like, I don't know what
he's weird. He's something in the middle, I guess. He definitely has personal motifs that make him weird.
Exactly, right? Like, he wants to, he wants to do things to Gon and Killua that I will not say.
Things we couldn't say on the podcast.
Yeah, I will not say. So, and I'm like, yo, this is a really dope cast of characters, right? But then next arc happens. Leorio and Kurapika are gone, but we are promised that we will see them again in September 1st in York New City. And this is a little mini arc where Gon and Killua learn Nen, learn their special abilities, right?
Yeah.
And Hisoka is still there. And I'm like, yo, this is a little freaking dope arc. We get some development on these specific characters.
Yeah.
I love this. Not just that, but then we were also shown with Kurapika. Kurapika also learns Nen and whatever, and then we see him. It's dope. I don't know. It's dope. Everything is dope.
They don't completely. What I love about it, they don't completely disregard the other characters. So they do focus on Killua and Gon during this and how they're developing their abilities. But at the same time, you fast forward a couple episodes, you get to the next arc, where then the primary focus is Kurapika. So I love how they don't completely abandon characters. It's just but the focus lies on some people.
But then, as you just said, though, the next arc, you're led to believe this entire time that the main character is Gon, right?
Yeah.
But then the York New City arc happens. The main character is without a doubt Kurapika.
Oh, this no question.
Yo, no question. Gon and Killua, if I recall correctly, don't even have one action sequence. And I
don't remember. No, they don't fight this whole time. They never
don't fight
a fight with
because there's no fight that they can even partake in unless they lose, because they're way too weak. And Kurapika in this arc is OD.
I really thought in this arc like Kurapika might have been too strong. I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't see anybody being strong than Kurapika right now.
Kurapika versus Uvogin was one of the best fights.
That was the most one-sided fight I've ever seen, bro.
Oh, so one-sided. Honestly, that's what I've realized. All the best fights in Hunter x Hunter are so one-sided, it's not funny.
Oh, no, yeah.
So one-sided. Bro, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I love this. I love that the crew is back together. It's Leorio, Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and plus all this new gang of characters. But then at the end of York New City, at the end, Leorio and Kurapika leave. Bam, gone. And I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. So hopefully we see them, we see them in the Chimera Ant arc, and we just have like a little like side arc with Greed Island, where it's just another focus on Killua and Gon getting stronger, with Hisoka also still in the mix, and plus the Phantom Troop is there, and we're introduced to Bisky. I'm like, and it wasn't the strongest arc. I think that was actually probably the weakest arc out of all the arcs in Hunter x Hunter. But I was like, what, I can get through this.
I think it's one of the most forgettable when people look back at it.
It really is, because the villain was kind of trash. But like it had some good moments. It had some really good moments, especially that little volleyball, a little tiny volleyball part where like it was like Hisoka and Gon and
Killua. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's dope. I love everything about this. Oh my god. And then, is this the longest arc in anime? Chimera Ant arc?
In all animes?
Yeah, is it up there?
I have no idea, but it feels like one of the longest arcs ever. This is the number one complaint of all people who watch Hunter x Hunter. It's how long this arc is. Everyone hates how long it is. They feel like it goes on way too long. But I personally liked it. I know you don't mind it as much as other people do.
No, I don't mind it at all, but there were definitely some moments where I'm like, yo, when does this end? Damn.
Yeah, it keeps on going. Especially, I feel like what made it kind of even longer for me is when they start trying to humanize the Chimera Ant King. When they start trying to humanize him, I was like, whoa, man, oh my god, okay, we know a lot about this villain now, and we still don't know anybody who's going to stop him. And now they're humanizing him. I'm like, how much more do we have to the story?
So that was like a good aspect of it, and also a drawback where like we knew from the jump that it was going to be Netero versus Meruem. Meruem is the Chimera Ant King, and Netero is the chairman of the Hunters. And I'm looking forward to it, because at this point in time, if you didn't watch the movies, you don't know Netero's ability.
Yeah.
And I'm happy because now, as I said, Hunter x Hunter has a really bad job with this side characters. Like, it does a really great job, but also a really bad job. Where like a lot of the time, these side characters are introduced, you like them, you start to grow with them, then they're dropped for a good minute.
Yeah.
For a good minute. So when Netero was introduced in the first arc, I thought, well, that's it. He's not coming back. But then Chimera Ant arc happens. And then bam, he's back. But not just that, 2 other hunters from the first arc are back. And I'm like, oh shoot, okay, here we go. Let's go.
Netero didn't surprise me as much as the other hunters. When they brought the other hunters in, I was like, oh shit, this show actually like does like what One Piece does and actually brings in the other characters. They don't completely forget about it.
Yeah, except those other characters died in 2 episodes. But
I still got hype when they got brought up. I was like, oh, okay.
So Yoshihiro Takashi actually brought these characters back. I was so shocked. Like, wow, you actually remember your characters. Let's go. But then they die, and then we go in this arc that's just insane.
Well, did you guys drop off like that?
No, just everything in this arc is insane.
Oh no, yeah, I know, yeah, it's a lot. Well,
and it's depressing.
When you have 60 episodes, there's a lot to take in. And I think this is where the show reaches, because like when you look at the first arc, this is the beauty I think of Hunter x Hunter. You look at the first arc, and when you look at it, it just looks like an innocent story of a boy. It doesn't look like it's gonna be anything crazier than that. But I think the Chimera Ant arc ends with the flavor of this show is darker than you expect it to be. Because progressively through each arc, it gets darker and darker and darker. And I think Chimera Ant arc ends with, we are not, the typical like happy ending type of show. Like things can be like cut off whether you like it or not. Because for a while, and this is spoiler for people who haven't watched the show, for a while, some people really thought that was the end of Gon. Like that was it. He's never gonna come back.
And I mean, I don't even blame him for thinking that, because that scene where Killua actually sees Gon's body, like at the hospital.
Dude, it's so rad. It's it looks like a mummy. It's done. Yes. It's just done for.
So the Chimera Ant arc. So I'll say this: I loved Hunter x Hunter's approach to transformations, right? Because in other animes, right? So I'm just gonna say Dragon Ball Z. A lot of these characters are given transformations only because like their backs against the wall, and it's like, oh, what else can I do? Oh yeah, new transformation. Let's go.
And they explain it as like when the Saiyans like put against the wall, like that's their power. They can just do that. So they kind of
whatever. Yeah. Anyways, but then we see Gon, right? And the thing is, and I told you this before, that I knew Gon was gonna transform because I used to always see it in Instagram posts, like best anime transformations.
You were spoiled on that transformation.
Yeah. So then I was so confused because I saw in the post, I was like, wait. Gon transforms. His transformation is just turning into an adult. What the hell? That's so weird. But I'm like, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how it happens. Except majority of the Chimera Ant arc, he's not in it. Like he's in it for maybe the first third or first half of it a lot, but in the last half, you barely see episodes with him. But what I messed with was that every single episode that he was in, oh my god, yo, you see his.
It was fire.
It was fire.
The
best episodes of the Chimera Ant arc, besides the episodes of Netero, fire. Every episode that had Netero and Gon, fire.
I think what's beautiful about Hunter x Hunter is that they hint that Gon has an anger in him that he's able to control, and at times like you can see it creep out, but he's always able to keep it under wraps. And I think it's beautiful because they kept that up the whole series up to this Chimera Ant arc when he finally just says, "Screw it, I don't care," and he lets it go. And that's why I think sells it even more because, like you said, you don't see Gon really doing that much in this arc. So you think, oh, he's just keeping things at bay. He's keeping himself calm. He's not going to do anything crazy because he can't. But at the end, they surprise you with, like, you know what? He doesn't care. He's going to sacrifice it all for this moment.
And that episode, so I told you this also, that the episode where it was Netero versus Meruem, that fight, I thought that was the best episode of Hunter x Hunter. I was like, oh my god, this fight is everything. This is one of the best fights I've ever seen in anime. And that's no cap. You can't even argue with that because that is. That was a really good fight. It deserves to be in the Hall of Fame of anime fights.
The first time I saw that fight, I really thought, okay, this is it. There's nothing to be better than this in Hunter x Hunter. Because it's just the level they go in the fight. It's like it's the ceiling. You see the ceiling of power in that show, in that fight. You're like, oh, this is the level of strength we have never seen before. This is other type strength.
Yo, but that thing is, when I saw him pull up with Killua's uncle, with Killua's grandpa, and and Netero pulled up wearing just gym clothes, I was like, this is it. This is gonna be fun. This is it. So when Netero pulls out the 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva, One, I was like, yeah, that's a dope ass name. Yep.
That
Okay.
sounds like your last move. That sounds like the Street Fighter ultimate move.
that sounds like yeah, I have no chance. I'm done. Like I'm just gonna give up. Yo, and then you see the zero hand where the statue just like claps Meruem in his hands and just
Mm-hmm.
unleashes that wild beam of attack of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my god! And then I'm like, and Meruem is still alive. I was like, yo,
No, yeah,
bro,
that's what shook me. When I watched it, it looked like it was over. Like that's it. But the fact that he still was still standing, I was like, no, 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 no. How insane is this fight about to be if this man can still take hits?
he had no arms, no legs.
No, yeah, he was gone.
My son was a mummy at this point, and then he said, "Nah, I got one last move."
Honestly, low key, the face he made
Oh, it's
before he
terrifying,
subbed in it was
terrifying.
yo. Imagine that in real life.
I would.
No.
Oh my god! The thing is, he actually killed Meruem, and I was like, "Yep, Netero is in the Hall of Fame to me of all anime characters. My son is a beast." And I'd go, ooh, bro, I wish he was in the Team 7, in the Universe 7 team, bro. When Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, bro, Netero should have been on that team. It would have been a rap 100 type Guan Yin Bodhisattva. Jiren has nothing.
I'm
Jiren
so
has
glad it
nothing.
I'm so glad it happened though because it's typical in animes that you see the strongest dude activate something and just wipe out the weaker opponent and it's over. But I'm glad that Hunter x Hunter was like, hey, look how strong this dude is, and he still had to kill himself to win. Which means
Yes.
there has to be a character that's going to be stronger than Netero. He's still not the ceiling, even though he looked like the ceiling. That's the wildest part to me.
So that's what I love too, and that there's no such thing as a super duper strong character in this series, except for the Chimera ants. But that's a different story because they're not even human. But
Yeah.
unless in this show, in this anime, in this manga, unless you want to be the strongest, you need to sacrifice something, but something actually like important, as in, aka your life.
Yeah, it's not
Netero,
just scream and transform.
exactly, dude. And the only reason why why two of the three royal guards died was because they already gave like majority of their energy away, and they weren't the same selves. Like they were super
Yeah.
duper weak compared to the beginning of the arc. Pito was the only one that was 100%, and there was no way that any character in this series was gonna beat her. But
No,
my
yeah.
son Gon, bro, and I love how this is all in one episode. It was all in one episode. The episode begins with Gon, like he's depressed, bro, because
No,
what?
yeah.
Because Kite is gone. It's gone forever.
No, he realizes like right then and there that he's not coming back. Because there was like a little bit of Gon that was hoping that you know
Yes.
what, we can still bring him back. But then once he realized that he was lied to and there's just Kite's dead, he just threw all logic out the window.
Oh my god, bro, that
I can't remember the last time I seen a character in anime so gone. Get it? So gone. And he legit was like, I don't care what happens to my life. I'm going to obliterate the fuck out of you.
But done so well, because we've seen that happen in other animes, but we don't actually really see the consequences of that. So well done compared to Hunter x Hunter.
Usually it's like, oh, most people die from that attack, but he
But they
survived.
survived.
Or somebody comes and heals the person immediately, and you don't really see anything big, like a big deal.
Exactly. Meanwhile, then we had to wait. We had to get an entire other arc just for Gon to be okay again.
Yeah,
Like-
and also like the amount of power required to bring him back shook everybody. Everybody felt that energy.
Bro, that entire episode, I was captivated, bro. I don't remember the last time that happened to me in anime, but then this episode, bro, I sat there like I didn't move, bro. I looked at my screen for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. Like that was one of the best episodes of anime I have ever watched in my entire life.
Honestly, bro.
Oh, the last arc happened and it was like dope, nothing too crazy. Leorio cemented himself as one of the best characters in my opinion in all of anime, just when he decked Gon's dad in the face. Oh my god, that was one of the best moments I've had in anime where I literally I saw that and I got dumb hype. I was like, Leorio, you're my son. Leorio, I love you so much, Leorio. Oh my, I was so happy.
Honestly, low key. I know he's a terrible dad and he's awful and there's no reason as to why he did what he did. But I still feel like one of my favorite moments in the show is when they're both sitting on top of that tree. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. When they're both sitting on top of that tree and they're just talking, and he legit tries to tell his son that it doesn't matter what his goal is. It really just honestly matters how you get there and the memories you're making along that path. And I know that's a really cheesy line. I know that's a really cheesy line. Cried. Like everyone's heard it's not the goal, it's the journey. But yeah, like you just said, I felt the emotion in me. I felt tearing up a little bit. I was like, damn, that's real. That's low-key real. But he's still a terrible dad. But that's low-key real.
The worst dad. The worst. I'm mad that Gon wasn't even tied to him whatsoever. Gon was just like, hey, what's up, dad? Hey, Kite
he really did not care.
The only thing that was weird was Kite. I didn't understand Kite. I didn't understand what happened to him. That Kite is now a girl. That was weird to me. Like,
yeah, I kind of just scraped down the rug and said, "Oh, that's just something I'm never gonna understand." I never really looked back. I never looked up on Reddit like what exactly did that mean. I just kind of like accepted it, and moved on.
Yeah, because like Kite wasn't really one of my favorite characters anyway. So I was like, all right, whatever. Kite's alive. He's a girl now, but move on. But
I think didn't he come like a Chimera ant or something?
Yeah, he's like low-key Chimera ant, but I don't know why he had to be a girl for that too. I don't know. Bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's straight up whatever. But anyways, yeah. So everything about this anime for the most part, I loved it. The music was great. The characters were fantastic. I'm sad that we probably will never be able to see the Dark Continent arc, which is the next arc in the manga.
Yeah.
I'm really sad about that because I know for a fact that Kurapika has a larger role in that arc, and like Kurapika actually comes back.
Apparently it gets really good in the next arc, but we'll never know in the anime.
Yeah, and like, I'm straight up praying for my dude, for Togashi, to be better and to actually, be able to find that energy to finish this, because man, like, what an incredible story. And it truly feels like the show just begun. Like the anime started.
The anime is short, dude. It feels like there's not much at all to justify it ending right like that.
Exactly. Like we end right at one of the most powerful scenes that I've seen in anime. And then we find out, so all these monsters that are on this earth, yeah, they're actually from like the larger known universe called the Dark Continent. And I'm about to go over there. Do you want to come with me, Gon? And bring Kite and bring Kurapika. Bring your entire homies, because we out.
And then no more episodes.
Yeah, and then all the Chimera ants come back too. Like that's where the Chimera ants come back. And I'm like, let's go. Yes. And no, that's it.
Honestly, I just want to touch on my favorite part of the show. I feel like, and feel free to disagree with me, but I feel like Nen is the greatest source of like energy or like, the mechanic of fighting in any anime I've watched. Like, chakra was really cool when it started in Naruto, but in Shippuden it got ridiculous. Like it became like nuclear missiles and stuff. You have what's it called? Ki in Dragon Ball Z. Ki was just you just charge it and go nuts.
Yeah, it never made sense. It never made sense.
Yeah. Nen was like the moment that drew me into Hunter x Hunter was the episode where they were explaining what Nen was. When Wing explains the type of Nen and the advantages, disadvantages, and how to use it, I was like, oh, this is good. This is a good fighting system. I loved it. I was like, dude, I can't wait to see what everyone's Nen is. I can't wait to see how people who are disadvantaged use their Nen for like to flip the tables and actually win. For example, like Kurapika, you had no idea what the Nen was the whole time when she was fighting. Or sorry, when he was fighting? I don't know why I said she.
Bro, don't worry. For like 20 episodes, I was like, oh yeah, Kurapika is my girl. Oh no,
The whole
no.
time, the whole time Kurapika is fighting, you have no idea what his nen is in the fight. But then little by little, you start getting little hints of what it is, and then you find out, oh, I'm a fucking specialist, and I can use all the nen. That is just, oh my god, it's so good. It's such a good system. It's better than just people who just charge up and just scream at each other. There's strategy to it.
Bro,
I love it.
I don't, I agree with you. I agree with you. There are times though that if I felt like, and this is really more so on there's other topics that I felt like he forgot about this. I feel like
What?
every single arc, he kind of forgot certain things. Like I don't know, it just felt like every single arc was just really Togashi. Like, you know what? I just wanna write about this. Like I don't really like. Doesn't really matter how it related to the last arc. Sort of. But I just want to do this. Like I think when he first brought up the topic of, let's say, like Greed Island or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I'm bugging. It was always a video game from the jump. But regardless, I just always
You
felt
thought,
like
for, you thought for a minute it wasn't hinted at it was a video game?
yeah, no. But like, it was just like, wow. So you have an entire arc of York New City where like it's just like this insane, like, you know, urban fight between between a mob and like a little group of like a little gang of characters, and they had to beat this mob. Yo, it's crazy, and they had to strategize, and they planned it out, and they beat this group of thieves.
Yeah.
The next arc. Yeah, let's go to a video game. Then the next arc, let's fight giant ants. Like, I think it works. So,
but like at the same time, I think the arcs end in a way that they don't need to come back to that arc. So I think it kind of works.
It does, but it's just insane. Like that's I hats off to Togashi for that. But then I was gonna say for the Nen, to bring it back to the Nen point, that during the entirety of the Chimera Ant arc, they for majority of it, they barely talk about, oh, this character, he's a manipulator, or that character, oh, that's an enhancer. No, they're just like, oh, every character has some crazy shit as an ability. So the thing is, like, and then some of these characters had multiple abilities. And I'm just like, wait, what the hell? What does this character, what is their Nen? What does it fall into? What is it? Emitter? Enhancer? I don't get it. Transmuter?
I can't. I can't remember if in the show. Yeah, no. Remember in the show though they did say, and this is another reason why I think the Nen system is like beautiful. Remember in the show when Wing was explaining, he said that even if you are an enhancer, you can still use the other aspects of Nen to a certain point. So if you're an enhancer, you're 100% enhancer, but that also means you're 80% emission and 80% transmutation. And then you're 60% manipulation, 60% conjuration.
Yeah.
But you have 0% specialization. Yeah,
that I understand.
So
and that tied in
multiple abilities.
And it tied in really well into the next arc, into York New City, because we're finding out that some characters like Ubogen is an enhancer, and we can see how impactful that could be. But then he literally just dropped that. I feel like once we got into Greed Island, and especially when we got to Chimera Ant arc, where he was like, you know what, I just have a character, I want to give him a cool ass brawler ass ability, and you know what, who gives a fuck with what 6 Nen abilities it could be. Whatever. All of them are specialists. I don't know.
What Nen category does he fall in? Yes.
Exactly. But then it wasn't until the very end where Killua mentions it again. And I'm like, oh, so you didn't forget about it? Killua was fighting somebody. I forgot. I can't recall exactly who. But like, he was like, oh, this character must be a manipulator based on the way that this do this. I was like, wait, what? Togashi, you didn't forget. You knew about this. Bro, I don't know. There were just certain times I'm like, I just felt so many times throughout this entire series, Togashi just wanted to do whatever the hell he wanted. And then there were times that he was like, oh yeah, I should bring that back. Like, son, it was so funny and like it's so ridiculous.
Honestly, I feel like that happens with a lot of manga artists.
Whatever. I guess it's just I don't know. The amount of work and the amount of stress that they go through just to create these stories.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty easy to just slip. Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. No hate to Togashi. No hate to the creator of My Hero. No hate to, I don't know, Toriyama. just whatever at this point. Just
No, yeah.
just damn.
I'm glad you liked it though, man. I'm glad you liked Hunter x Hunter. Hopefully, I can get you back into JoJo now.
Yeah, so
I know you don't like JoJo. I know you don't like that. Damn it.
Anyways, thank you so much for
You're a bum. You're a bum.
Thank you so much for listening to my thoughts on Hunter x Hunter. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for listening. And until next time, bye.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you later. Peace.